see if this plays.
Check the board. Run the score. Hear this crowd roar. Poly market won't resolve for how many more hours? Wake up, phone jump. Whole day lit, Bitcoin chart green and it fake out flip. Cow she got smoke, Poly market got flames. MGM is sweating when the smart money came. Tip off, puck drop, first pitch heat. New clay court king just crowned the 3 seed. Parlay alive with the leg on the line. One bad tweet, got the market doing time. Everybody got tapes, we got receipts. Everybody got locks, we got the keys. Numbers don't sleep, lines don't lie. If the odds start talking, you gon' know why. Check the board. Run the score. Hear this crowd roar. Poly market won't resolve for how many more hours? They got the spark. Coma cut noise. Bread break bread with the sharpest boys. Feature guest weekly. New heat lands. Bread pulled up. Almanac had glands. Bucket got buckets when the shots get poured. Stitch got threads when the takes get scored. Add space? Nah, that's tools in the kit. Stacking up signal, then stitching up fit. Politics jumping, crypto got mood. Mention markets moving off somebody's fuel. Trump says one thing, timeline gets loud. Iran headline got oil in the crowd. From courtside seats to ticker tape parades. We don't chase news, we catch the shape. Game got pressure, market got nerve. Price tells the story before the curve. Who got NBA? gmPM. Who got NHL? gmPM. Who got MLB? gmPM. Who got NFL? gmPM. Crypto? gmPM. Politics? gmPM. Parlays? Receipts? gmPM. Check the board. gmPM. Run the score. gmPM. Crowd loud, odds louder. gmPM. Markets move by the hour. gmPM. Stats in the morning. gmPM. Chaos by noon. gmPM. If it moves, we move. gmPM. You know the tune. Sports markets headlines. Receipts. Dave Coma brag. gmPM.
What up, everybody? gmPM. What's good? Welcome to episode 7. This is going to be the World Cup episode. But we have a lot to cover. What up, everybody? Me, Bread, Coma. We got a crazy lineup for today, but let's say what's up to the boys. Bread, what's cooking, baby?
Yo, GM, dude. It's we're getting close, man. We're like, what, tomorrow, I think, is the first game starts. So yeah, man. Excited to dive into all things World Cup today and and touch on some other just, random other things that have been going on in prediction markets, a bunch of cool contests, different incentives. We got UFC coming up too, right? We were just talking about that earlier. We got,
yes, sir.
World Cup is exciting, but you got UFC on the White House lawn, so hopefully we can talk about that a little bit too.
Hell yeah, man. I'm excited. Let's check in with the birthday boy. I wonder if he blew through all his money that he made. I don't know. Did you go out like to the strip club, take all your winnings like from your birthday on your tennis, poly market, like thievery? Like what happened, bro? Like, are you alive?
No, I mean, dude, I made some good plays, and then this morning just been it went kind of spiraling downwards a little bit. So I am recovering. I'm trying to figure things out, but that is the life of a predictor. You go through the ups, you go through the downs. I mean, we kind of went through that with Bucket a little bit yesterday as well, but that's why there's a thing called regression, Dave. You just can't keep winning all the time. I know Knicks were winning like 14 in a row, but eventually I was right. Knicks lost, and it is what it is. You just gotta accept that once in a while.
God damn, man. Listen, I'm over here giving you props for your birthday and everything else, and we have to start the show off like that heavy.
You could call it an alley-oop, call it an assist. Yeah.
All right, fine.
A good co-host, yeah.
Okay, fine. Let's talk about it because obviously, we got a lot to get through today. We don't got to spend too much time on it, obviously, because there's just so much for us to talk about. But I don't know, man. Listen, I'm not the one to make excuses, boys. But anyone watching that game, but I'm about to make an excuse.
Oh my God,
anyone watching that game, bro, refs were like, I'm sorry. Like, what were they watching? Don't tell me it couldn't be just me. It couldn't be just me. Come on. Refs didn't blow that game for us?
I mean, what was it last year? The last season with the NBA and all of the poker playing amongst players and coaches and refs and everything else, So I mean, I wouldn't be, floored if we found out that some of the refs may have been getting paid or may have some positions out there on some prediction markets. You know what I mean?
Bro, I mean, the blatant shove Wemby like to Brunson's head. Granted, I feel like Castle was getting hacked every single time he went to the rim because he's an absolute monster. But I think like it was a little bit like heavily more like there's the free throws for Mike Brown in the presser afterwards to be like, 28-8 in terms of free throws in the second half. Bro, it was a little bit lopsided. Come on, bro. Let's call a spade out here, right? Like, come on.
Hey, man, I told you got to do what you got to do for the ratings. You can't have a 4-0 sweep, but I will say, I mean, as someone that lived in New York, I was very disgusted and disappointed by the fans. I don't know if you were watching the craziness that was happening outside. I would not want to wear a Spurs. Hey, Dave, just watch out. Don't wear any black. I know someone that you were a Spurs fan. Like, just be careful out there. Just because I saw some wildness and just take care of yourself. No jerseys, no jersey that's black.
No.
Stay clear, my friend.
I am not doing it, bro. I am not doing it. But look,
unless there's prediction markets around it, I mean, stay clear. Well,
yeah. I mean, look, like I think like it was just so much hype, and I don't like that much hype, right? Like that much hype never does anybody any good. Right? Like the president came, they blocked off Madison Square Garden. It took you 2 hours to get in there. Like it was just too much. It was like it reached fever pitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like supposedly the vibe was not good in Madison Square Garden because it was just a bunch of rich people that don't go to the game. So like when they're trying to make some noise, it was like crickets because there just weren't any actual real fans.
Yeah,
it was just too expensive.
Too many golf claps in the crowd. I think it was the issue there.
Yeah, when you got when you got Jose Alvarado running into like $100 billion Michael Bloomberg, right? Like courtside. I ain't never seen Michael Bloomberg courtside at a Knicks game in my fucking life, bro. Ever. So I guess it is what it is. You know what I mean? But I feel like this next game, game 4, I get it, right? Like maybe they didn't want to call the foul on Wemby because flagrant. If not, he doesn't play in the next game. And then you get into the whole debate of like, you want to beat the teams at their best. F all that, number one. Like I could care less. Like if it's a foul, all the foul, put Wemby out. But I think game number 4, we're going to be a lot more settled down. It's going to be a little bit of it was a little bit of a reality check for us. And I think we genuinely do take game. Like you didn't hear me jawing. Like you guys didn't hear me say shit about game number 3. Nothing. I was like, I don't know. But game 4, I think game 4 we're locked, is ours. 100%. I can't see us losing game 4. What do you boys say? What's your pick? Coma, don't talk with your
I mean, okay, I think the Knicks will take game 4. Yeah, for sure. But then it's going to go back to the Spurs, and then it's going to go back to the Knicks. I mean, it's going to be, whatever gets us to 7, right? That's ultimately kind of
you think it's going 7 games for real?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, franchise revenue and all those things.
Franchise revenue. Like we don't even think about the skill sets anymore. It's just more like this is what the narrative says.
No, dude, skills don't matter postseason NBA, bro. Like that's all.
It's all about the refs
all business.
And like how much they get paid and that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck. I don't know. Coma, who you picking, bro? Like, let me hear you. What's your regression analysis?
Gotta go with the alien.
Number 4.
The alien, reverse regression.
Wow, for game 4. Okay.
I think so. I mean, if it's all rich fans, I think that's a good sign for the Spurs. If it's all real rowdy New Yorker fans, then New York. Yeah. So we just gotta figure out. Maybe you should do some evaluation on Ticketmaster to see how expensive the prices are, and based on that, you can make your like determination, like average price of tickets. If it's below 1K or something, then you're good to go.
Well, yo, did you see that the price of like cheapest entry into MSG after the Knicks lost went down to $5,000 from like
yeah, exactly,
I don't know, like 10 or 12 per seat. Now it's down to 5 is cheapest in the door. So like,
yeah,
send it lower.
That's what I'm saying. Like it was too much, right? Like I didn't feel good about the last game when it's just overhyped. Like there's just too much hype behind it. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like much better is going to be. I feel like this is a more like settled down like environment. I think there'll be a lot more like hardcore Knicks fans there. It won't be as much fanfare, and I think we'll be good. I think we'll be good. We don't got to belabor it, all right? So everyone that was like, oh, we don't want to hear Dave glaze the fucking Knicks and blah 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 blah. Shut up, all right?
You had your reign.
We will win. Watch, we will 100% win. Dillo, what's up, bro? Thank you for coming through again. MA, what's happening? What up? What up? What up? Glad to have you guys here. Throw in the chat anything that I want to hear the takes. You got Knicks Spurs. But last night, game 4 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Carolina's just not going away, bro. They are just not going away. It's still kind of like the high scoring affair. I don't know. This is a series for the ages. Nobody seems to want to win on their home fucking ice. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of nuts. Where are you boys at with last night's game and with this night's? I mean, I know we're all on the Knights, obviously, like to win the series. But what'd you think of the game yesterday, boys?
Dude, I mean, 5-3 is at least it's like a real hockey score. It's none of this craziness that we've seen in some of the other games this series. You know what I mean? It was like I felt like last night was like it was some real hockey. There was no trying to go for hat tricks. There was no showboating and like crazy spin flip deep goals. And I mean, it was real hockey last night. And so I'm hoping they keep that energy. I do think the Knights are going to take it ultimately, but I mean, dude, Canes are putting up a good fight for sure.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with the Canes. Like, this was not what I expected. The goalie switch, which I expected, happened. Bussy is playing way better than Anderson, and I knew it. Like, I knew Anderson was a bad goalie. It's just he was getting covered a lot by his really good team. I'm just surprised that Carter Hart, the other goalie, he hasn't been as like he shut down the Avalanche, and Avalanche were the best team in all of NHL. So just don't know what happened. Maybe there is a bit of regression there, But well, like I still say the Knights, but it's a little bit more concerning, and I'm very impressed. I'm also impressed by the overs, how often they're hitting. It's barely.
By who?
Huh? By the
I couldn't hear you.
By the overs. I'm actually very surprised.
The overs.
Number of overs that are hitting. It's just like wild. Generally, like playoffs, they usually have a lot of like under 6.5 just because of how tight they play, but it's goal fest. And I don't know if it's like a thing where it's like gonna continue or if it's gonna break into like a very tighter game. But so far, everyone's just been letting it fly.
Yeah, it's actually funny because I'm looking at the Kalshi line right now. Como for next game, over 6.5 is down 24 cents to 45%. Like, I think people are kind of jumping on the bus with you, where it's like, how are they going to be able to keep this torrid like scoring pace up? You know what I mean? So
like how sustainable is this going to be? Yeah, it's a good question.
Crazy. Gonna be crazy. Game goes to overtime. It's to 13%. It's wild. But yeah, the Canes are favorite right now. I'm looking at Kalshi at 58% to 42%. But I feel like hockey is there's no home ice, in my opinion, when it comes to hockey. Like, it doesn't matter.
Oh, no, there is, dude. Do you see how loud it gets?
Yeah. I get it. But like, even so, like, it can get loud. But like, I feel like hockey players are more insulated from, I don't know, it's not like a football game or a basketball game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like home ice doesn't matter. And maybe I'm crazy, but like, I just like when I watch a hockey game, I really don't get the sense that like, yeah, the crowd's going crazy, but it doesn't affect the game like it does like a football game or a basketball game. I don't know. Maybe I'm nuts.
I mean, it depends on like, who's chirping, you know what I mean? Because like you can chirp like, I love going to hockey games and sitting close to where the box is, so that either team, gets a penalty and you can just sit there and you get like 2 minutes to just harass the hell out of that team, the other team member, like, and chirp over the wall the entire 2 minutes they're sitting in the box. Yeah, exactly. And so, like, I mean, if anybody, I think, has home ice advantage, it'd be Philly, like, and the Philly fans, bro, like, because there's no fan is as ruthless as a Philly fan.
Well, I guess maybe when the Phillies actually are good enough to actually make the fucking playoffs.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
They made playoffs. They made playoffs. The Phillies. I think you meant the city of Philadelphia. 76ers made it. The Flyers made it.
But they just
well, dude, are you kidding me? Phillies. Have you seen Sanchez? Pitching for the Phillies this year, dude. Like,
he's been great. Yeah, he's been great.
Like, he setting records and stuff. You know what I mean? What was it? 50 point something innings he pitched without a hit. Which is like the first time that's happened. Yeah, it's a bummer. His team is trash, but like, he that was like the first time that's happened since like 1918 or some crazy, like,
crazy for sure.
Yeah, dude. Like, but no, and the Flyers, they were in the playoffs. I credit that to their new mascot though. Gritty is just an absolute, like, dude, I love that thing.
He's a moneymaker.
Yeah, man. New mascot. I mean, look, I guess we'll see kind of how, like, I mean, all I know is, like, I think we're all pretty much loving, like, these NBA finals, the NHL final, like, Stanley Cup finals. It's been absolutely it's been epic, man. It's really, really, like, you're getting a lot. Like, I mean, if you're a fan of just these sports, you're getting so much. They're just incredible games. So I think we're all going to be in for a treat tonight for the Knick game. Next game, obviously, for Stanley Cup. But tomorrow begins ole, 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 ole. World Cup 2026 kicks off mañana, and it is going to be absolutely insane. Okay, I'm just going to rattle off just these stats, okay? You guys listening? Here it goes. June 11th to July 19th across Canada, Mexico, and the United States. First time ever, by the way, that it's going to be hosted in 3 different countries, right? So across North America. The first World Cup with 48 teams, expanded matches to 104 matches, 12 groups of 4, the top 2 in every group, plus the 8 best third-place teams advance to the round of 32. Host cities: Dallas, Arlington, New York, New Jersey, Atlanta, Kansas City, Houston, San Fran, Inglewood, Philadelphia, Seattle, Mexico City, Monterrey, Guadalajara. I mean, just to name a few. This is literally Canada, the United States, and Mexico. Never been done before. This is probably going to be, like, the next month is going to be one of the most epic times, like, in all of sports. And we're so much for us to cover. And guys, we got a special guest today. Before we go around the horn and we obviously start talking with everybody, our boy Sam is here from Stitch, who's been super graceful enough to obviously been hosting to run this campaign for the gmPM. So anybody that's contributed to that, very, very much appreciate you with the retweets and everything else. We are going to bring Sam up on stage for his commentary as well. He's across the world, and then we're going to get into it, boys. But let's welcome Sam. Sam, what's up, baby? Welcome.
Hey guys, super happy to be here.
Let's go, man. It's good to have you, bro. It is good to have you. Let's chat a little bit of World Cup. I want to go around the horn to these boys. Let's get everybody's kind of like, how are they feeling? We got a lot to cover. I know there's bucket news, obviously Stitch. Gents, where do we want to start right now? Like, how are you guys, like, I guess, Coma, how are you feeling, number one, about World Cup right now? And, like, is the fever pitch kind of like coming in now? Because I'm starting to get hyper. I'm excited to get out to the bars in New York City and go watch these games.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely excited. I'm glad it's in the U.S. so I could watch it in a reasonable time. I like being a little greedy here, but no, overall, I think it's going to be super competitive. Generally, unless these games are super obvious, I try to play like the over-unders a little bit. But, when the teams are kind of more on the 50-50 side, it's so hard to say what's going to happen just because from a predictions perspective, there's always that idea of a draw, which makes it very, very difficult to win, right? It's like 1 out of 3 chances of you getting it correctly. But no, yeah, overall, it should be a really fun one. I don't know. Like, there's so many different groups, and like it'll be kind of cool to just kind of like figure out who we think is gonna make it out of the group, kind of thing, first and second. I think that'll be kind of an exercise.
Yeah, and odds are obviously shifting. Like, I saw some tweets today. People are like, Spain overtook France for like most likely to win the tournament. Obviously, and Brett, I'm going to come to you in a second. But Sam, I want to chat with you. Tell me about, like, I know there's World Cup fever going everywhere. Who are you rooting for, number one? And then we can obviously get into some of the Stitch stuff in a little bit. But who you got for World Cup? Who you got as your World Cup winner, Sam?
Well, I'm Dutch, but I don't have much hope for Netherlands this year. But yeah, I'm hoping I'm wrong. But yeah, to be honest, Netherlands would be awesome if we get far and like even win it. Like, that never happened before. But yeah, I'm putting my money that Japan will win the group. And yeah, so I don't have much hope. I think Belgium will do well. Actually surprised, because they have a really strong team. I think people are sleeping on them with Tielemans and Trossard and Doku, De Bruyne. And like there's a bunch of other like teams I think will surprise. I don't know, like for me, like who's gonna win is really hard to say, but yeah, I think France, Spain will do well. But yeah, a bunch of countries I think will surprise. Norway, Japan. But yeah, excited for it.
Let's go. Yeah, it's going to be wild. Brett, I know if you want to maybe bring up, I know you guys, like Bucket has been you guys have been working in the background on some crazy World Cup stuff for Bucket. So if you want to maybe kind of bring up your screen so that you can maybe share a little bit as to like what's cooking on the Bucket side and kind of really like how you guys look into this, because this kicks up. Look at this. You guys got to count that. Damn. Yeah, Bucket's got a countdown timer.
Yeah, bro. We're not messing around with World Cup, dude. I mean, it happens every 4 years. Let's really make everything that we can make of it, right? No membership required at all on the Bucket platform.
Well, you just have to sign up. No pro membership. Required.
Yeah. You don't have to pay anything, right? For all of the picks, all of the deep research we're going to be doing on every game. I mean, you can head right to Bucket XYZ, sign up with your email, and then hit the World Cup thing. And now we've got, right off the gate here, coming up a day, 4 hours and 7 minutes, bro. Like, we're getting closer. We got all of the fixtures, so you can look ahead and see kind of who's playing who, when those games are happening up, current odds, all that good stuff, right? Who thinks, the market thinks Spain's going to take it, right? Which is, I wouldn't be shocked, right? I still, dude, I think it's going to be Mexico, Argentina, or Germany. Those are the three dogs I've got in the race, but I guess we'll see, right? Player props, here's every grouping, right? So you can kind of see and keep track. This will update regularly every day, starting tomorrow. We've got an agent that's going to be running updates and checking to see were any players injured, how does that affect lines, what was the score, travel schedules, all of that stuff, right? All the venues, dude. There's just all of anything that you could ever possibly want to know about World Cup and any game. You should just come to Bucket and check it out. We're going to have all the bets, all the live stuff, predicted scoreline, which is something we're kind of playing with right now, right? We'll see. I'm curious to see. I built a model around kind of, everyone's like, I ran 10 million simulations for World Cup and blah, blah, blah. Like it's the same guys that turned tweets. Yeah, bro, it's the same guys that turned $20 into $200,000 on the weather bots on Polymarket. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, bro, whatever. So built a model that actually kind of is using real data from some serious data providers to kind of project. We'll see.
Brett, those tweets where the guy's like, I examined all the World Cup groups, and all the World Cup data, so you don't have to. And here's everything. It's just like, bruh.
Right? I'm waiting. I feel like every time I'm like, every tweet I see on the timeline right now is kind of like, it's like the Flex Seal guy slapping the side of the thing, with the flex tape, like, spray painting the boat, and now it floats, right? Like it's here, it's too much, right? There is a way to over engineer things multiple times, through fire, like.
Yeah. So Bucket right now, and for everyone, I put it in the chat as well. It's bvcket.xyz. So like Bucket should be kind of like the one-stop shop for like everything analysis on World Cup, right? Like you guys are literally filtering all of the poly market odds, who's playing who, where, what time, favorites, and like odds are updating real time. Yeah. So like it's using the poly market API. So like everything that they're seeing on Bucket is 100% real time. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. That's great. It's update the poly market, Kalshi, going to be wiring up Myriad too, because they've got World Cup stuff too. Right. And so I think there's going to be, I mean, you know, NFA, right? The ARB opportunities across these platforms is going to be insane, right? Between the price that you can get on Polymarket versus Kalshi versus Myriad, you know, and, you know, I guess a tip to anybody who's new with prediction markets, if you can buy both sides for under $1 total, you're guaranteed profit when either side wins, right? So like that's how you play these arbitrage opportunities between sports books and prediction markets. And we've got every single sports book listed here too with the odds that's going to be covering any of the World Cup stuff. So definitely if you want to be informed and not just be a Web3 gambler degen, you should come check out Bucket and actually see what you're buying a position in, right? And why you're buying that position versus, I mean, to be honest, there's a few games where I'm just going to shotgun blast and see like, price looks good, let's go. You know, but the real games, the real money is going to be smart money moving. So definitely be smart money.
Yeah. I mean, look, like I think because like here's my gauge, if I'm being perfectly honest, right? Like we're in the group chat, like in like the sports degen group chat, right? That Coma created. When I hear when I hear those guys, right, that are active every day in these prediction markets being like, when World Cup on Bucket, that tells me that there is a need, a want, a demand for like real data, like real time data, like good data on like all of this shit, right? So I love that you guys are doing this. You guys, are you talking to like other platforms to like integrate? I know when we had Almanac on here, they were like, hey, let's chat in the background, like to start like kind of integrating like the data sets into like other platforms.
I mean, across the PMs, right? Because I mean, I already have kind of that stuff wired up on the back end, you know, Kalshi, Polymarket, Myriad, Limitless, and then the major sports books, right? But no, I've been talking with, you know, shout out Camel over at Onsite, you know, trying to see if we can, you know, waiting on some API updates and some finalization type stuff over there. And then be able to kind of track some of the smart money that's from their platform to see, you know, what smart money is on what teams and what positions. And then does the data support that, right? Or is it just, you know, is it smart money or is it lucky money, really?
Right.
You know, because there's a lot of guys that get labeled as smart money that are just incredibly lucky. You know what I mean? So like, let's find out, you know, where smart money's moving and if it aligns with, you know, what the data is showing. So, you know, absolutely always open and willing to chat with any team, any platform that wants to play around with some World Cup stuff. Love it.
Love it. Love it. Yeah. And guys, we're obviously going to have a ton more like World Cup coverage. Obviously, like we run this Monday and Wednesday. So once the games kick off tomorrow, it's going to be absolute madness, right? So you have the 3:00 slot on Thursdays. Mexico, South Africa kicks us off in Group A. Then 10 o'clock, you have South Korea, Czech Republic. Friday, you have at the 3 p.m. game is Canada against Bosnia-Herzegovina. And then the USA plays 9 p.m. in LA. I'm assuming SoFi Stadium, USA, Paraguay. And then the slate you got 4 games a day. On Saturday, you got a 3, 6, a 9, and a midnight game as well. Obviously, because they want to appease to, you know, the countries that are playing in their home fans. Qatar, Switzerland at 3. That's in San Francisco. 6 p.m. Brazil, Morocco. My sleeper is Morocco. Let's go at MetLife Stadium. 9 o'clock Haiti, Scotland. That's going to be in Boston. And then midnight, Australia versus Turkey in Vancouver, bro. And like the slate is just crazy. It's games every single day, at least 4 games every single day. And then I think starting the 25th, you have this one slate with 6 games, another day with 5, 6 games. It's going to be absolute overload. Are you guys going to go out? Like, because here's my plan, honestly, is like, I'm going to go out and get into like I want to get I want to start creating a lot of content around World Cup. Like going into Manhattan is going to be absolutely nuts. So I can't wait to obviously do it. Where you guys planning on going to watch the games anywhere? Or do you have like any watch parties or anything lined up?
Dude, nothing like that for me. Yeah, just gonna watch it at home typically. Yeah.
Got you.
I need to have my Polymarket, account internet in tip-top shape.
I don't know, bro. I swear, I don't know how you do it, bro. I really have no idea. All right, so let's talk groups.
No, man, I'm stoked, dude. I'm still. All the bars are like opening up. They're like, yeah, we're starting to serve beers at 6 a.m. for all of World Cup. You know what I mean? And it's like the people that show up at 8 a.m. for breakfast beers dressed in like their full like uni for their team, dude. Like that is that energy, man, is so unmatched, and then it's like all of a sudden like the game's over, it's 10:30 in the morning and you're hammered out in front of a bar chanting about soccer and football, right? So like I can't wait, dude. Any of the games, again, I've got Argentina, Mexico, and Germany, so like any of those games are getting screened around here in any of the bars, I'm absolutely gonna go check it out.
Yeah, and Sam, you said that you had so Group F is Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, Tunisia. You said you had Japan coming.
Yeah,
Japan coming out of the group.
Yeah, I think Netherlands will still make it through the group, obviously, but I have zero faith in the coach, and also Timber got injured, and the offense is just terrible. Depay is still like the main striker, and we have Weghorst, was also selected, and he should be retired already. So I don't know. Like I hope I'm wrong. You never know what happens. But I mean, Japan also did very well. Like 4 years ago, they beat
really well.
Yeah, Germany, Spain, and like recently they beat England, Brazil. So I think you can't count them out. So yeah, should be interesting.
Yeah, don't underestimate Japan, man. They're a really good team. Like, and they've just played with each other so much already. For I don't know how they do it, but they just know each other like in and out. So, they play very smooth like soccer. But the only issue is they're not very tall. So, like I think there are some deficiencies there in terms of like corner kicks and stuff like that. But other than that, they're a very like fluid team. And yeah, I think it's going to be Japan and Netherlands that make it out. I don't know who's going to be one or two, but
who do you guys got coming out of Group D? That's the U.S. group, right? So you got U.S., Paraguay, Australia, and Turkey. The Aussies apparently like on Polygon. No, Aussies are getting literally no love.
Yeah, they suck.
They are getting no love.
They should stick to rugby,
I think it's going to be U.S. and Turkey. What about you, Sam?
Yeah, I think, to be honest, maybe you guys won't like to hear it, but yeah, I think Turkey will probably end up on top. I think the people they have a pretty good squad, and you have like Arda Güler as well. So and United States, I mean, decent, but I don't know. I feel like Turkey edges it.
Oof.
USA. I know. Realistically, I don't think they really are gonna. I mean, they might make it out of the group. If they make it out of the group, that's it. That's where their run ends. But realistically, I think probably Turkey will take.
Hey, don't underestimate host countries and how far they can get. Like if Qatar can, get out of groups and win a couple games, like the United States and Mexico will do very well. Like one way or another. Like the what do you call it? The juice or whatever you want to call it. Like for being a host country is a real thing. And somehow they just miraculously always do well.
Well, yeah, but being a host country that doesn't really understand anything about the sport, like Americans in soccer are kind of like oil and water type stuff. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's
we're not that bad, bro. We're genuinely not that bad. I mean, look, like our first game is against Paraguay. Obviously, we're heavy favorites against Paraguay. I feel like the tie on Polymarket was at like 21%. So, like, maybe not like heavy favorites, but like, I don't know. Like, okay, like let's talk about Group C. Sam, what do you think? You think my Morocco team has a shot at coming out of Brazil, Morocco, Haiti, and Scotland? Because I feel like the Brazilians and the Scots are probably going to be the favorites coming out of this group. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough. I think Morocco, obviously they've improved a lot. Like last time, I think semis, right?
Yeah.
And Scotland has like McTominay, and they have some decent players. It's a tough one. I think and for me, Brazil's a big question mark. They had the quality, but it's always like they haven't been performing that well. And yeah, I mean, they have a good coach now, so we'll have to see. To be honest, yeah, it's hard for me to say, but I think, yeah, probably Brazil on top, Morocco, Scotland, just like it is right now.
Haitians are getting no love either, too. No love. Coma, who comes out of Group C? Brazil, Morocco, Haiti, Scotland.
Yeah, I mean, you have to choose Brazil and Morocco, but I will say Haiti, I mean, granted, they're just friendlies, but they've been pretty decent in these friendlies. They score goals. The only problem is they're in a group with Brazil, Morocco, and Scotland. Like those teams are no jokes by any means. So Haiti will unfortunately be 4. I think literally the 1, 2, 3 that's listed there is probably going to be the most realistic outcome there. Yeah.
Fair. All right. Does Messi pull off the impossible and the Argentines repeat as World Cup winners? Group J, Argentina, Algeria, Austria, and Jordan. What do we say? Brad, who are you picking out of Group J?
Argentina, bro. I think Argentina is going to take the whole thing, realistically. If it's not Argentina, it'll be Mexico. And if it's not Mexico, then like my dark horse in the race is Germany, man. I think that they're being slept on seriously this year. But I think Group J, dude, yeah, Argentina all day.
All right, Sam. Argentina, Algeria, Austria, Jordan, Group J.
Yeah, I think this is kind of a no-brainer. Argentina first and probably Austria, although Algeria might do well. Jordan, yeah, probably last.
Ooh, Coma?
Yeah, I mean, Austria is a really good team, and they're pretty well coached. They definitely, I mean, you have to choose Argentina as the as the one, but the Algeria Austria one, it could go one, or it could flip back and forth in my opinion. So yeah, don't sleep on Algeria. They're a decent team.
All right.
Well, I think something that people are sleeping on, or like maybe a reminder that like these teams, like they don't play together all the time. You know, these players individually, you know, come from different club teams and whatnot, you know, so it's going to be interesting to see what teams have the best chemistry on the field that, you know, might only play with each other once every 4 years. You know, it's going to be interesting to see. And I think that some of the countries like, you know, maybe like Jordan, like Uzbekistan, you know, like who, you know what I mean? Like how often are these guys really, you know, kicking a ball around to each other?
But the problem is that's true, but then they also play every 4 years in the World Cup. So these guys are old if they're have chemistry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could have chemistry, but you could have aging legs. So it's a balance between like youth and experience here for sure. Yeah.
Are we in agreement that Germany in Group E literally has probably the easiest draw to come out of the group stages? Germany, Curacao, Ivory Coast, Ecuador. I mean, no?
Yeah, Germany all day. Dude.
Yeah,
I think Germany.
I feel like your dark horse isn't so dark coming out of that group stage. Like, I mean, they're definitely going to be favorite coming out of there. Sam, I guess out of Group E, who's the second team coming out behind Germany? Curacao, Ivory Coast, or Ecuador?
Ecuador, I think, is like quite a good team, like very defensively solid. Ivory Coast could do well. I think Ecuador.
Yeah. Coma?
Ecuador beat France in the friendlies. I mean, not Ecuador. I mean, Ivory Coast beat France in the friendlies. So they're not a bad team by any means, but yeah.
Yeah. Do we think that the French and the Spanish are overrated? The French group in Group I is France, Senegal, Iraq, and Norway. Oof. What do you say? Yeah, that is a tough one. What do we say? Who's come? I mean, obviously, like France are going to be the heavy favorites. Who's the second one to come out of that group?
Oh boy, I mean Senegal, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I just don't think like with all the stuff going on. I mean, like we saw what happened with the PSG win, right? I don't think France can, as a country, can afford to really win anything right now. They'll lose all their infrastructure if they win.
They'll burn the whole fucking city. They'll burn the whole country down.
Yeah, they can't.
I like seeing Iraq. If I'm being perfectly honest, like I would love to see Iraq come out of there, bro. That would be amazing. That would be really, really cool to see. Man.
I mean, yeah, Norway has, Haaland, and then you have, if you remember in the Champions League, you had Bodo Glimt that did very well. And they have a bunch of players from that team as well. So I think
they have Odegaard. They have a solid team. It's always like the coaching that's always been the issue. But I don't know. Senegal did win the AFCON but then it got stolen from them afterwards. But I mean, they're a solid team too. I mean, this is a tough bracket in my opinion. I think Iraq is probably the one that's gonna be the outside looking in kind of thing. Again, it's Norway or Senegal in my opinion. They're just they're relatively even, but I'd say Senegal is a more, I guess, structured team, if that makes sense. Yeah, they play with each other a lot.
All right, now let's get to Senor Ronaldo. Portugal, Congo, Uzbekistan, Colombia in Group K. Sam, who we got?
Portugal number 1. I guess just like it is right now, or maybe like Congo probably over Uzbekistan. To be honest, I don't really know Uzbekistan that well. Hard for me to say, but probably I would say Congo 3rd and Colombia 2nd.
We also, by the way, we also have some Don't Fud Germany. Milo's like Norway, and Emme saying she's literally chatting with her Mexican friends out in Mexico that are going a little bit crazy. Coma, Portugal, Ronaldo coming out. What's the deal? What are we saying?
I think Colombia could be first in this group. To be honest, they're a good team. Yeah, Portugal. I don't know, man. Like I like Ronaldo, but they played so different when he's the striker, and it's almost like they need to feed him the ball, even though it may not be the right play at times. You know what I mean? So I just feel like Colombia, they played like a very good, solid offensive, a brand of like football, but they do have some defensive liability. So I don't know. I think Colombia could take it. I mean, whoever wins that game is probably going to be the one that ends up being first. So I'll say Colombia.
Well, there's a market on whether Ronaldo will cry at the World Cup or not. Right?
I bet on that.
Yeah. Right? Because
you put some money on that, Sam?
Yeah.
It's no brainer because it's his last World Cup. And he's gonna cry if they get kicked out, and if they win it, he might be crying of happiness.
Right? Yeah, 100%. That's my logic, right? It's his last World Cup. Well, expected to be his last World Cup, right? I don't know if he's officially confirmed that or not yet, but like he's not getting younger, and if it is his last one, then 100% the dude's gonna cry, and rightfully so, bro. I mean, like that dude has had an insane career, So like, go ahead, bro, cry it up and let me get paid.
Cry it up.
Cry it up.
He might get injured too, and if he gets injured, he usually cries. So,
wait, what's the market on it right now? Like, what are the odds of him actually cry? Like that he cries? Where
pretty high, it's like 70% or something.
Oh snap!
Yeah,
I got in at 53, I think.
Wow, you gotta write it open.
Yeah,
you move the market.
I guess so.
53 cents on is Ronaldo gonna cry? Interesting. All right, Group H. Obviously, the Spaniards were the favorites to win this whole thing per Poly Market, but you have a first-time country in Cape Verde. Saudi Arabia is in this group, and Uruguay is in this group. This is interesting. The Spaniards and who else you guys got coming out of Group H? Sam, what do you say?
Spain. To be honest, like it is right now, like Spain, Uruguay, Saudi Arabia. Although Saudi Arabia can be tough to beat, so like Uruguay, Saudi Arabia, I guess it could go both ways. But I like Uruguay.
Yeah, I feel like don't sleep on these like South American, Central American teams, man. I feel like you guys remember what the Costa Ricans did? Los Caballeros, like you guys remember this? Or what it was? It was Costa Rica? Yeah, it was Costa Rica. Like they when they had the run, I don't know if it was last World Cup or the World Cup before, but like some of these teams are scrappy as hell, man. So you don't want to sleep on these. Como, who you got coming out of Group H? Spain, Cape Verde, Saudi Arabia, Uruguay.
Okay, Spain for sure won. And then Uruguay. Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. Like, this is, I mean, it's hard to like create some crazy narratives when some of these top teams should get first place, right? Like France, Spain, Belgium, Brazil. Like, to me, those are like shoe-in number ones. And then like it's trying to debate where the two like which team will be two essentially.
Yeah. Interesting, man.
I like Uruguay. Like, I mean, they're a pretty solid team. They got like,
what's his name?
Diaz, or no, not Diaz. Oh my gosh, what is that guy with the long hair who used to play for Liverpool but now plays for in the
Darwin Nunez.
Huh? Darwin Nunez. Yeah, so he's there. And they got some solid players.
And Real Madrid player, midfielder, I think, who got into the conflict.
Oh yeah, is it Valverde or
yeah,
Valverde. Yeah, he's there too. Yeah, he's good.
Okay, Group L, the Brits. We got England, Croatia, Ghana, and Panama. I feel like
this is such an easy group, by the way.
Really?
In my opinion, yeah.
Tell me who.
No, I mean, I think England's definitely going to be one. Like, no offense to Croatia, but they're very old. Like, they still have what's his face? Oh my gosh, why am I like blanking out?
He won the what's it called? What's the name? He won the Ballon d'Or, right? Like
last time. Gosh, why am I blanking on his name?
Me too.
Sam, help me out here.
Modric,
yeah, he's still playing. Like, and this dude looks so tired. He's like, "Come on, guys! Like, find someone else to play for me." But
he's got his
Ghana's horrible.
Neck while he's playing, you know.
Yeah, Ghana's horrible. Panama's like, I don't really know, but yeah. Yeah, they were like a good team back in like maybe 8 years ago. Like, but now they're just slow.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. Like, Croatia's too old right now. It's all the same like players from 4 years. It doesn't seem like they have like new up and coming stars. But yeah, I mean, I to be honest, I don't really know like Ghana that well. So I think Croatia will still end up second. England first, Ghana third probably.
Yeah, Moni's with you. By the way, Brad, Moni's with you. She said Mexico. That would be amazing, Brad. She's commenting on Twitter. Moni, what's up? Shout out to you. She said she also has France in her top two as well. All right, who else we got? We got Canada. Oh, Qatar. Group B is Canada, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Qatar, and Switzerland. Oh,
it's a balanced one.
Yeah. Who are we saying? I mean, is anybody giving Qatar a shot out here? I feel, but they're also, don't forget, like if we're talking about home, like this game is like one of the games. Their opening game is being played in the Canada game is being played in Toronto. So obviously, like kind of a heavy home favorite, if you will. What do we say? Who do you think is coming out of Group B, Sam?
I think Switzerland first, Canada second, Bosnia third.
Fair. Homa?
Yeah. Let's see. Switzerland for sure. You know what? Yeah, I mean Canada, but I'll just say Bosnia and Herzegovina second, just for the hell of it. But it should be Canada, but I don't know. Bosnia is a pretty funny team, so don't underestimate. They beat Italy, right? So,
Brad?
Yeah, I think Canada will take that one. You know, especially home field and I mean, unless there's an injury or something happens, then maybe Switzerland will take it. But I think Canada will move out of that grouping. You know,
nobody's giving Qatar a shot, huh?
I mean, I guess realistically, the only advantage that I feel like Qatar is the only one in that group that might not be complaining about the heat here in America. You know, so well, maybe that'll give them an advantage, right? Because they're used to the heat, unlike, I think it was actually, what was it, Norway? Or the Norwegian team came over to the States and were just like, there's photos everywhere of them just like dying on the sides of the field of it was so hot. It's like, I mean, I don't know, guys. It's it'll be interesting to see some of these cold weather teams play in Mexico, right? I think that's where it's going to be, I think the weather is going to seriously affect some of those teams.
We'll see, man.
In the US, you have some stadiums that are air conditioned, right? That
indoor, So like in San Francisco and in I think it's SoFi Stadium. No, SoFi Stadium is open, but in San Francisco, I think would probably be like Levi Stadium. Yeah, some of them are indoor AC. Yeah, some of them are. Yeah,
it's a good thing to consider when you're betting as well, because that affects how the game. Like typically. If it's like very hot and then, there's a favorite team that would have to attack, it kind of makes it more difficult for them to maintain, throughout the game, the stamina.
But these are so a lot of these are not like traditional because they're going to be played in the much bigger stadiums, right? Like, do you guys think? Because like I don't watch football like as often, right, as probably you guys do, but like they're laying down grass and everything else. Like, so these aren't like natural stadiums, right? That maybe some of these players are being used to. Is like the turf is like the actual like the turf or the grass that they're playing on. Should that be taken into account as well?
No, because they're all FIFA compliant. Yeah, like they've done a ton. They spent a ton of money making sure it's not like the field that like NFL players would play on or whatever, or like artificial turf. Like FIFA requires, like they have some crazy requirements to make sure that the grass that they're playing on is the grass that is like typical of like a soccer / football like field, basically. So yeah, they're very like don't quote me on it, but I believe there shouldn't be like artificial turf or anything like that kind of thing.
Right. Yeah,
no, I think I think it's going to be altitude, man. I mean, like again, like the Mexico City. I mean, that's like sitting
Mexico City. That one you should consider.
Yeah, because I mean, dude, that's like 6,500 feet above sea level. So I mean, what's that, like 2,000 or 2,200 meters? Above sea level, right? So I mean, it's like you see it all the time, especially even in the NFL and sometimes in the MLB when you get teams from Florida playing out here in Colorado sitting on the sideline with oxygen masks. You know what I mean? Because the air is thin, and they can't breathe, and so it's essentially the same altitude in Mexico City as it is in Denver, and so it'll be interesting to see how the teams that play year round at sea level do in Mexico.
Love it. Good stuff. And I just wanted to share this with everybody as well. So R2 put out an amazing post today about like all of these different platforms that are running all of these different like World Cup campaigns. So I'll share it in the chat as well if you guys obviously want to check it out. But there's so many: Kalshi, OKX, Polymarket, Jupe. We had Pred on, obviously, like Amit was obviously telling us about this too. Predict.fun, Myriad. There's so many different ones out here. So I'm going to share this in the chat. Are you guys taking part in it? I got to start filling these out, man. There's no reason like why you shouldn't, like just to kind of just give it a shot, just to have fun. Cause a lot of them are free to enter. Yeah. Have you guys done any of these?
Yeah, I joined Predict.fun is the $2 million one. Apparently like you choose like 5 teams and basically like you kind of follow, you have to choose 5 teams you can't change, and then you have to follow them to the tournament, and basically you bet like on their games. So you can like add more teams later on, so you can go with one team right now, and then you just basically have to make like you have to buy like 100 shares for a bet. So like depending on which outcome you're choosing, the amount of money you have to put in differs. But yeah, it's pretty exciting, all these different campaigns.
Yeah, there's so many. Como, you doing any of these?
I joined the Jupiter and the Foresight one, but I'll probably take a look at R2's post and just participate before the World Cup starts tomorrow. Because I mean, especially if they're like low amounts, but with big rewards, why not try it?
Yeah. I mean, look, there's a ton of this stuff. Brad, me and you we got to get in on this shit, man. Like,
I'm gonna have to do a lot of this today. I mean, like, I mean, a big fan of SX Bet, big fan of Overtime, Limitless, Myriad, dude. I mean, there's Predict.fun, Pred, right? Shout out Pred. Like, there's a bunch of cool ones here. It's just gonna be, I got to go through them all and see, like, are there minimums? Like, is it you have to do at least $100 across X number of positions and like things like that? Because like I am predicting on a bunch of these games, but I don't want to have liquidity locked up across 10 different platforms for the next month. You know what I mean? Like, I got to see exactly where I think
they range like $10 to $100 depending on the bracket or whatever. Yeah. It's like, Sam, how much was the one that you joined with the 2 million?
100 shares you have to buy. So like, yeah, it depends. Whatever.
I guess it depends on the price. But totally.
Got it. All right, guys, this is it. Like, this World Cup kicks off tomorrow. Don't forget, 3:00. Also, the finals are going to be like the final World Cup game is going to be here at MetLife Stadium. So I'm gonna see if I can maybe squeeze my hand on some tickets to that. Isn't it crazy that the World Cup finals probably going to be cheaper than like the NBA finals? Isn't that kind of nuts?
Yeah, that's insane.
Probably.
You know, but
Probably.
yeah, we
That's
should
America for you.
absolutely start pinging some people, you know, and see if we
Yeah.
can get
Who do
some
I
tickets
know?
in there. You know, like
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
who do
who the
I know?
fuck do I know?
Dude, I'll go dress like a NASCAR, you know, driver. You know, I'll put logos like somebody pay for my tickets. I'll rep your logos all day.
Yeah. Yeah. Sign me up. Like, any brands that are out there, right? That want me or Brett or whoever to go to these games, bro. Like, I'm literally going to be the New York street team out here. Okay. You want content created? We're going to be having gmPM content. I'm telling you guys, slap a logo on a t-shirt. Let's go. Let's make this shit happen. But good stuff, guys. World Cup's going to be absolutely crazy. I want to give enough time, obviously, to Sam to talk. I want to talk about Stitch, Sam. It's been honestly like I know it was a super quick campaign, but we got a really, really like great response from a lot of people, obviously on the timeline. So first off, thank you for helping us out there. But I just wanted to give you obviously the floor. Take the next 5 or 10 minutes. Let's chat a little bit about Stitch, what Stitch is, and then we can kind of just jump into some questions if we have.
Yeah, sounds good. So I'm the marketing lead at Stitch, and basically, we're a distribution layer for crypto ecosystems, and we're built on BitTensor. And so essentially, we started out like within the BitTensor ecosystem, where subnets and projects used as a distribution way to get out like launches, updates, and narratives in front of like the right community. And now we're basically expanding to prediction markets and hyperliquid. And I know Coma is one of the OGs as part of the prediction market ecosystem, and it's been growing a lot since he joined. So I think we have like more than 200 or maybe near 250 creators. So yeah, it's been great to see like all that traction. And basically, so how it works is we map out a social graph of each ecosystem on X. So basically, we look at who's interacting with who. We use like a PageRank algorithm. So and basically we derive who based on who interacts with who to an influence score per creator, and accordingly we basically incentivize these creators to create content on prediction market projects in this case, or the podcast the show we're doing right now. So the way it works is the rewards are not distributed based on likes or views. It's really more about who engages with your content. And so this way, it doesn't, like, I know some InfoFi platforms, there was a lot of like, it was really rewarding like volume. So you had to constantly be active. And we're quite different in a way that it's more about, you can write 1 or 2 posts about for a campaign, and then you'll get rewarded for that. And basically based on who engages with that post, you will get more rewards or less rewards. So it's kind of a different approach than because you might have noticed also like in InfoFi, there was kind of a stigma sometimes that it would always incentivize this kind of like slop or like GM all the time. I mean, there was not much quality in terms of content sometimes. The projects were just paying for noise sometimes, and with us, they're more paying for content that can like resonate with the right community. So basically, I just we hosted a few campaigns already for prediction markets. I know you had Almanac on. So that was a campaign that did very well, and Synth recently. So we're actively like onboarding projects that are looking to for distribution to release if they want to like releasing a project or a product, or doing any kind of launch. We're basically helping them get the word out quickly in an efficient way. Distributing to the most important or the most influential creators on X for prediction markets. And so that's basically it. I mean, maybe Coma can talk about his experience as well as creator.
Exactly where I was gonna go. I was gonna say, Coma, from the creator standpoint, obviously I know you've been with Stitch for a minute, but for maybe people that are watching now, like, how's your experience been like with Stitch?
Yeah, it's been really good. I think I was one of the early creators specifically for the prediction market campaigns. Yeah, it's been Yeah, it's been awesome. I mean, obviously, as more creators are joining, it's getting more competitive, and that's a good problem to have. Um, but I love the team. They've been giving me, I give a lot of feedback to Sam, and then Sam, like they take it, and then they try to, make sure it doesn't feel like you're spamming. And as someone that did participate in InfoFi, it almost felt like I was losing my soul a little bit. Like every day I would have to. I had a Google sheet, and I would be like, I have to talk about these 10 projects every single day, or I lose my ranking. And it was a little frustrating because it didn't feel like me. Here, it really does feel like you see a campaign. If it resonates with you, then you make a post about it, and that's it, right? And you don't have to do 2, 3, 5, 10. And I really like that option, and I like that it's more curated towards like the creators in that niche. So like to participate, you have to be, somewhat familiar with that niche, right? Like I don't think I'm as high or even ranked at all in like Hyperliquid, for example. But for prediction markets, I'm ranked like I think I was ranked like 200s, but I think as more people join, I did take a dip to like in the 400 range. But overall, I like that curation. I am curious though, like how is it always gonna be kind of like limited to and at least for our campaign, we said the top 750 creators, kind of like a thing. But Sam, would you ever open up to like more creators, like and things like that? Like, how does that work for you guys?
Yeah, so it's kind of like a flywheel in a way, because as we onboard more projects, that means we can increase the reward pool. And that's also like an important factor in how many people we allow to participate. If you open it up too much and the reward pool is too small, then the individual reward that people would get is not wouldn't drive them to create content. So kind of like a balancing act. But yeah, as we get more traction, we onboard more projects, we're able to get to juice up the rewards.
That makes sense. I was wondering where because some campaigns you do like 1,000 users, some campaigns you do but then I didn't really associate that with the reward pool, because if too many people participate, then you get like a couple bucks. It's like, was it worth it?
Peanuts at the end of the day. Yeah. All right. So I mean, that's really, really like Gig said he went from 500 to 1250 washed before I was clean. Gigs, that sounds like a skill issue, bro. Oh my God. And Sam, so it's been great. So it's super like hyper focused on different niches, right? Like and for people to sign up, like for creators to go sign up, obviously like for Stitch, you need a BitTensor wallet. Yeah. Like how easy, like for some people are not familiar with like the BitTensor like ecosystem. So how simple is it? Any recommendations on which wallet for them to use to make like the sign up pretty simple?
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty easy. There's one wallet that we recommend, Talisman. I can, we have in the registration, like on the pinned thread on Stitch, there's a registration steps, and it includes like which wallet you can use. And it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, one thing to note, obviously, not everyone can be eligible, so you have to have some kind of standing in that ecosystem. So like if you're writing about prediction markets regularly, then I would suggest to check the website and check if you're eligible. Stitch3.ai. Or if you're writing about Hyperliquid or BitTensor itself, please, have a look. And even if you're not eligible right now, you could be eligible in the future. It's really about, putting out content regularly and getting other people who are, voices to engage with your content. So it could be like replies or repost, quote post. And the network recalibrates every 2 weeks. So like the ranking would change. You can move up in the ranking, move down. Just keep on like creating content. And if you do it the right way, then eventually you'll be eligible.
I feel like Coma's cheating though. You know what I mean? Like he cheats because like, obviously if I make $7,500 in 3 minutes and put my Polymarket slip on the timeline, of course it's going to go viral. You know what I mean? Like Coma's cheating at this game. Sam.
Well, the thing is, I did put the money. So Dave, if you want to cheat too, you can also put that money down and risk it for the
biscuit. Yeah. No, Sam, I think what you guys are doing is really, really, really cool. It's been great. Obviously, like even just over the last like 24 hours, like for us, I'd love for us to kind of do another one like at some point in the future for gmPM as well. I know you guys also pulled like a bunch of different stats. We talked about like kind of really like what you guys obviously like monitor. So you guys have a really heavy like data, like a lot of data that you have like in the background to kind of like make all these different rankings and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you go on a website like per ecosystem, there's also like a mindshare kind of like map, and it shows you know who's moving up in the ranking, who it can show you like basically like projects or people who are being talked about more. So like I mentioned, every 2 weeks the network recalibrates, and then that mindshare map would update, and then you can see, okay, these people are really getting into the conversation, and it's kind of like an interesting way to see where the conversation is going.
Love it. I see, and I'm on the website now. I see you guys also like for like a new sector, I guess, or new segment. You have AI agents coming as well as privacy. So like obviously like those are things that everyone's seeing across like on the timeline. So for anybody that's watching, like those are new segments. When are those coming? It says coming soon, but any timeline on that?
No timeline, but yeah, I mean, like any narrative or any narrative that pops up in crypto that kind of like also our superpower, we can like really quickly capture that and like identify that social graph and incentivize onboard creators and incentivize creators to create content. So yeah, I can't give a timeline on that, but yeah, that's within the plans.
Amazing, man.
Amazing, I mean,
amazing stuff.
Yeah, just like with prediction markets and hyperliquid, there's so much going on. So we're a small team as well. So yeah,
I love it, man. Well, this is awesome. I know we're at the end of the show, but Sam, really appreciate you obviously coming through and coming on with us, man. And we love obviously being a partner of yours and you helping us obviously grow gmPM, and anybody that we're going to get future guests that are coming on the show. I literally got 2 DMs just now, like being like, hey Dave, we want to be on the pod. So we're obviously going to come up with something where we can hopefully start funneling some business your way. But to any creator that's watching, get onto the website. I put it in the comments. Go check out Stitch. Sam, thank you so much for joining us, man. It's been a pleasure to have you, dude.
Thank you guys. We love being here, and yeah, looking forward, to continuing collaboration and working together.
Same, man. Appreciate it. Brett, before we go, Coma has to jump, but what do you got, bro? Share it, pull it up on the screen. What are we looking at? An ARB? What?
Bro, the ARB opportunity. So I was just looking at Myriad, right? Because they've got all the World Cup markets, right? And the volume isn't as high, so you can't get as much down as possible, right? But a quick like demo on how to ARB something, right? They have Mexico versus South America, or South Africa rather. Their yes price is at 70 cents. Okay. On Polymarket, it's at 93 cents, right? So you take $100 total, $80 on Myriad for yes, you're going to get 114, right? And if you put the remaining $20 on no over here on Polymarket, that pays out 243. So regardless of who wins, you profit. And it's really like, it's that easy to
love
do.
it.
So like definitely don't sleep on the opportunities. Just know that, I mean, if you're a whale, you're probably not going to be able to get filled on like a $10,000 position on a market that only has 18.
Definitely not on Myriad. That would be careful, because we've got burned and we've heard stories about that. All right, beautiful. Guys, Brett, good shit, bro. Gents, amazing stuff. Everybody in the chat, Gigs, fuck you. Watch my Knicks fucking house these Spurs tonight. Amazing episode. World Cup kicks off tomorrow, and we will see you guys. Maybe have a special episode. Don't forget the UFC card at the White House is this Sunday. We might do a special gmPM card with a very special guest this coming weekend to talk everything UFC at the White House. All right? Appreciate y'all coming through, man. Bread, Coma, we out, baby. I'll see y'all later. Peace.
Won't resolve for how many more hours? Wake up, phone jump, whole day lit. Bitcoin chart green and it fake out flip. Cow she got smoke, Polymarket got flames. MGM is sweating when the smart money came. Tip off, puck drop, first pitch heat. New clay court king just crowned the 3 seed. Parlay alive with the leg on the line. One bad tweet, got the market doing time. Everybody got cakes, we got receipts. Everybody got locks, we got the keys. Numbers don't sleep, lines don't lie. If the odds start talking, you gon' know why. Check the board, won the score. Hit his crowd roar. coma cut noise. Bread break bread with the sharpest boys. Feature guests weekly, new heat lands. Bread pulled up, almanac had glands. Bucket got buckets when the shots get poured. Stitch got threads when the takes get scored. Add space? Nah, that's tools in the kit. Stacking up signal, then stitching up fit. Politics jumping, crypto got mood. Mention markets moving off somebody's fuel. Trump says one thing, timeline gets loud. Iran headline got oil in the crowd. From courtside seats to ticker tape parades. We don't chase news, we catch the shape. Game got pressure, market got nerve. Price tells the story before the curve. Who got NBA? gmPM. Who got NHL? gmPM. Who got MLB? gmPM. Who got NFL? gmPM. Crypto? gmPM. Politics? gmPM. Parlays? Receipts? gmPM. Check the board. gmPM. Run the score. gmPM. Crowd loud, odds louder. gmPM. Markets move by the hour. gmPM. Stats in the morning. gmPM. Chaos by noon. gmPM. If it moves, we move. gmPM. You know the tune. Sports markets headlines. Receipts. Dave Comer brag. gmPM.